We go into that market, bro, they won't know what fucking hit them, dog. Like, we will go in with our dick swinging so fucking hard, dude. They will have no idea. They think they understand marketing. Wait till we walk in that market. We're gonna slap every single one of them. We're gonna slap our dicks across all their fucking faces, dude. Just like we do in every market we get into. I promise that'll be a fucking promise. And so we'll get more into it, but I'll give you a list of telehealth businesses that I fucking like right now that I just know, dude, that once we get into it, we fucking dominate. We're gonna dominate that game, dude. Dominate. And that's $1 billion. I'm talking that's the business. We do it right. We all exit so fucking goddamn filthy rich, dude, in 3 years that if we work only because we want to work at that point, not because we need to, dude.
Yeah.
All right, go enjoy what you're doing.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
right, bye.
later. Bye.
All right, so I've been pretty silent since I got out of prison, and for multiple reasons, right? Reintegration, and quite frankly, I have a lot to say, and I have to be very careful, right? The government's still looking at me, and there's a lot behind the scenes, a lot that I know I'm never going to say, or will never say, or won't say, especially right now. But that being said, I'm focused on some bigger plays anyway. The Jancic stuff, all that stuff, that's not what defines me. A lot of these guys, that's what's going to define them for the rest of their lives. That's just a small little part of my story. So that being said, I'm going to share with you a video, like a meeting I had with some of the guys I work with, and this is very confidential information. A lot of it is bleeped out. Obviously, I'm not sharing the whole thing. This is just snippets of it. And most of you guys won't watch it, right? Most of you guys haven't even gotten past this point, right? And that's because, it's not a cat video. It's not a dance video. It's not a guy, getting kicked in the nuts or whatever you guys watch now with TikTok and Crick Crock and and all these ticking talking videos. This is a video for a certain person. They're going to watch it. It's going to change their life. And I don't say that lightly. So without further ado, if you're smart, you'd probably watch this video. If you're not, you've already scrolled past this by now. One more thing I wanted to add. So, part of me is like, why am I sharing this stuff, right? This is just, we got this. Here's the thing I've realized. Success isn't come in a vacuum, right? And there's going to be somebody that'll watch this eventually that I may need in the future. And that's how it's always been. If I had not put out this content, I've always put out content that's been really, most people are like, why are you sharing that, man? You're oversharing your business. You're giving too much. You're giving people too much value, and they're extracting it and they're copying you. And that does happen. However, if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have had the opportunities that present themselves to me today. So it's kind of this, you got to give some to get some, right? So I'm giving this value, and I just need one person. If I just get one person that watches this, that will help me get further to the path that I need to go, it's worth it.
I think I speak for all of us when it's how much longer do we want to continue grinding? And we need to look for avenues to exit. We need to look for an avenue where all of us can cash out and retire from the next 3 years. If we're not retired, and I would say maximum 5 years, I really don't want to do it. If we can't do it in 3 years, I think we've done something wrong. So I would say 3 years is not that long of a time. It's long enough, right? So in 3 years, if we need to all have at least $10 million or more, right, in our bank account. So $10 million, you can retire, right? $10 million properly invested, and not even aggressively invested. You just put it in an index fund, $10 million. That's a safe. You're making around $1 million a year. And, there's a lot of money that we've made over the years. We've helped other people make, and so that's great, right? We're operating at that higher spectrum of income, right? And that's what most people will never get to where we've gotten over the years, right? Where they're able to work from home, have a comfortable work-life balance, make loads of money, have a skill set that we can go into any industry and just crush it. Just that alone, that we've accomplished that's a blessing, right? And that's a blessing most people will never in their life. However, that's there's always next levels to the game, and if we've already accomplished this, we have to push to the next level. That's and if we don't, honestly, this comfort, this business, and this model that we've created for ourselves over the years, that's not guaranteed tomorrow, right? With AI, and with especially with AI coming, there's no guarantee. And I promise you, actually, there is a guarantee. The guarantee is every single one of us will be replaced by AI within under 5. Basically, we need to start thinking in terms of this. We are an AI business at the core, and we are in the private equity space, right? Because before it was we are a marketing company. Right? It doesn't matter that we're right? At the core of what we do, we're a marketing company, right? And that is our core competency, and that is the core skill set that builds everything else around it. Does that make sense? So we can no longer think that way. And if we continue thinking that way, we are going to be dead within 3 years. We're going to be fucked within 3 years. I don't say this lightly. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to alarm you guys. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand that you understand. It's hard not to agree with me. AI most people don't have no idea that AI is about to, in the next 3 years, AI is fuck the whole economy up. And it's gonna change everything, dude. And we either benefit from it because we create the models and we understand it at a deep level, or we're fucked. If we don't create our replacement, if we don't kill our job, somebody else will, and we kill it and we make the money on the way out. That's it. We have to kill. We have to kill the thing that we love right now, right? The thing that's built up our whole lives up. And so, that's hard. That's a very to think that way, right? It's counterintuitive, and I think it's scary, right? But unfortunately, that's where we're at. So essentially, it's this, right? Like, there's a few different ways. Like, we need to look into like how to structure a business and how to move forward in a way that is going to maximize our opportunity to sell to a venture capital firm and to sell it for the highest amount possible, right? And so there's a few different things that they're looking at. Number one, they're looking at one of the big things they're looking at is key man risk. So key man risk is, if we were to give this group of guys $100 something million and they walk away, and will this business sustain if we put our people in, right? If these people walk away from the business, can the business growth be continued, right? And and is there a system in place that will allow a new group of people to come in if necessary and continue that growth and basically a path forward, right? For them to make their money. Because they give us $100 million, they expect a big return on their end, right? Not just we give them the business and like, hey, go fuck yourself, bye, thank you for the money. And it does happen. You see it happen all the time where these businesses do it. But we can't. We're not going to do that, right? We got to build a business that we have a path moving forward, and that we have to build it in a way that there's no one person that if they were to walk away, the business crumbles. And so that's actually easier said than done, right? And so that's that. I'll get to that in a second. The other thing is, it needs to be a SaaS. It doesn't need to be, but you get a much bigger return, right? So when I'm talking about returns, it's like a 10x to 15x multiplier on your revenue, right? So let's say you had a $12 million a year business, right? It would be $12 million after all the bills are paid. It's not going to pay us each $1 million a year, right? We'd be lucky if we make some six figures a year, healthy six figures. It ain't going to pay each of us, you know what I mean? It's not going to sustain us, right? I mean, it sustains us. It's not going to be a world-class fucking like amazing razzle dazzle, right? So, however, you get a business to $12 million a year with roughly 30% profit margins, and you have all these things they're looking for. What they're, and you package it right, you find the right private equity firm, we're talking 10 to 15x multiplier on the revenue. So let's just say it's 10x, which is on the low end, by the way. It's on the very low end. Let's say it's 10x, just to keep the math easy. And you have a $12 million a year rev business. That's $120 million that they will pay for that business, right? And so we can all cash out. Right now, we can cash out for a couple mil each. You see what I'm saying? And then there's a play after that. Basically, it's mergers and acquisitions. We see ourselves in an M&A business, and from now on, we're looking at deal origination, and we're in the mergers and acquisitions business. But right now, we're not there yet. Right now, we're in the business of building businesses for private equity firms. We have to adjusting our way of thinking towards that goal. And so the way to do this, going back to key man risk, eliminate the key man risks, right? The other thing is they're looking for SaaS. It doesn't have to be a SaaS, but to get like the 15x multiplier on the revenue, SaaS businesses are really where it's at because you have the technology behind it. You have a real asset that's more than just a website and an ad. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You have a technology behind it, and you have a technology that has your interaction with it, and there's a lot more to it, but just keep it simple on this call. So the other thing this is pretty much mandatory. This is pretty much like essential. Most businesses operate, if we stop running ads, if we stop promoting and marketing, the money dries up quick, almost immediately. Yeah. For a monthly you have that automated reoccurring subscription base, right? But then when you're a subscription business, you have a big problem with attrition, right? So attrition is eventually nobody becomes very rarely do you have a business that has a monthly subscription that they never exit from. Right? Eventually, they'll be later, they're going to cancel the subscription. There's very few businesses, maybe Amazon Prime, Netflix, you know what I mean? Like, there's a very few.
Hyros, maybe.
What is it?
Hyros, maybe.
Hyros, that's the actual.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like example of it with high.
Right, Hyros, Balloon, stuff that is so useful. You need it. Like, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, correct.
But there's very few businesses. A lot of these like businesses that are monthly are like, like Butcher Box or like, some bullshit in a box. It's bullshit in a box business. That is how a lot of these people are. I'm gonna bullshit in a box. Okay. You get subscription for a month or two, and then you don't want the bullshit anymore. You cancel the subscription. And so those are not. What I'm talking about is more of like this business is hard. There's every reason for you not to cancel, and it needs to have a lot of money, right? It needs to be a big, there needs to be a big pot of pie. So anyway, a long way to answer is this is why we need to get not just, but it's telehealth is where we need to be at. You understand? You know what telehealth is, right?
What?
Telehealth. Yo, what's up, dude? What's up? Yeah, we're just Diego and I are on. I'm recording it so you can watch it later. It's but I need you to watch it, like at least watch it if you can't jump on the meeting. Okay, cool. I think it'll like fill you in a lot. And tomorrow we're gonna catch up. You're gonna come for dinner, and like we'll fill you up to speed there too as well. All right, I'll talk to you soon. All right, later. But COVID really made it so like it was an essential thing where it's like if I need to see a doctor for prescription, why do I need to go in to an actual doctor and for what? For them to like put a stethoscope on me? I mean, this is just for show anyway. You know what I mean? Like, for fuck, dude.
But then the whole day just waiting to meet the doctor. Like, you have to wait hours.
Hours. And not only that, like, dude, all these tools, all this health monitoring. I'll give myself a stethoscope. You know what I mean? I could buy on Amazon for $50. All the monitoring, it's on my app. What the fuck do I need to go to the doctor for? And so that's where things are headed. It's like, I will have a consultation with a doctor over the thing. If he needs medical vital records for me, I have little tools. Hell, my insurance will pay for it. I have all my little tools. I can take my own heart rate. I can take my own breath, all that stuff that you think you swear you need, or maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you probably don't. So all I need is a prescription. I need the solution to my pain, right? And so once they're on it, right, this is one of those things that you're not going to, if you're on a statin, which is like a heart medication or something, you're not going to like stop that subscription. And you know what I mean? Because you need it. It's all the big pain point in your life. And so that is, that is a recurring subscription that has a low attrition rate, right? But there's also that there's Ozempic, right? The Ozempic and all this like weight loss shit. That is like,
we spent a lot of money. Yeah, but right. I remember that all of the affiliates were running it back then. Like it was really a lot of people were running, but we were the first ones to run it. I remember.
Yeah, that's what's happening now. You see all the affiliates getting into the game now. Man, motherfuckers are like ripping my copy like word for word.
Oh yeah, they will.
Every time, we're the first one into the game, and then we figure it out, and then all of a sudden, all the fucking affiliates come in, and they don't have an original idea. They're just like, you know what? I'm gonna copy Ronnie Sam. Motherfucker. Like I'm so used to that now. Like, what? One second, just pour myself some coffee. So anyway, I'll wrap this up. That's what we're going. We're going into telehealth, and it'll be quick money. It'll be big money, and the goal is exit in 3 years, man. We got to exit in 3 years. Like our goal is how do we build this business and sell it in 3 years? Like that's
okay. Yeah, okay, so you're saying we're looking to build a business that we can sell like within 2 or 3 years, 3 years, right? Like, and you get a couple of ideas because you mentioned.
If we can do it in 1 year, by the way, there is a path to do it in 1 year. If we can do it in 1 year, let's do it in 1 year, dude. There's gonna be
but what I'm asking, but what I'm asking is, look, you mentioned a couple of ideas, right? Like we got the telehealth, right? Like which do you want to focus first, right?
Telehealth.
Like what do you have in mind?
Telehealth
first.
So right now, we got stuff, right? We need to. I need you guys to just like, if you guys need copy or something, like, look, I'll provide the copy. I just don't think it's a great use of my time right now, rehashing copy and over again for small returns. It doesn't make sense. I think you guys got it. Michelle can write decent copy. I mean, copy the foundation I've laid out. And you know what I mean? Like, there ain't much more squeeze out of this. I keep saying that we done squeezed it. Maybe there's 10% more. It's worth getting that 10%. But that 10%, like, you guys got this. I'm gonna be focused right now on building out this. And then, guys, when that phase ends completely, and we're not running that anymore, there will be no waiting to go to the next phase, to the next thing. Then it's gonna be immediately like, boom, let's go, run it, let's go. And my thing right now is get everything set up, get the business set up, so there's no transition period, and we're ready to hit the fucking ground running immediately.
Okay, let me ask you something so that I understand. Okay, with the telehealth, right? Like, do you know like any company that does like what you're trying to accomplish, like with the telehealth?
Absolutely,
so
absolutely. I wish I had more time with you because I'd get into more of the logistics on that. You look into Blue Pill. You look into, I'll send you a bunch of them. Blue Pill. There's a bunch of these companies, right? I think most of them are kind of they're weak. Even Blue Chew. All of them are weak.
Blue Chew,
bro. We go into that market, bro. They won't know what fucking hit them, dog. Like we will go in with our dick swinging so fucking hard, dude. They will have no idea. They think they understand marketing. Wait till we walk in that market. We're gonna slap every single one of them. We're gonna slap our dicks across all their fucking faces, dude. Just like we do in every market we get into. I promise that'll be a fucking promise. And so we'll get more into it, but I'll give you a list of telehealth businesses that I fucking like right now that I just know, dude, that once we get into it, we fucking dominate. We're gonna dominate that game, dude. Dominate. And that's $1 billion. I'm talking that's the business. We do it right. We all exit so fucking goddamn filthy rich, dude, in 3 years that if we work only because we want to work at that point, not because we need to, dude.
Yeah.
All right, go enjoy what you're doing.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
right, bye.
Later. Bye.